Have you ever left a conversation with a sinking feeling, like you lost, even though you said all the right words? What if I told you that the true way to outsmart anyone is not with what you say, but with what you don't? In this video, you'll discover 6 powerful ways to command any room without uttering a single word. Most people believe that power comes from words, from speaking first, from speaking loudest, from controlling the conversation. We are taught this from childhood, that the sharpest tongue, the quickest mind will win. That if you speak well enough, explain clearly enough, argue forcefully enough, you will win. But this is an illusion, because when it truly matters, words betray you. They expose what you want, what you fear, who you are beneath the surface. And those who rely on words become predictable, easy to read, easy to defeat. But there is a deeper form of power, one that few dare to master. A power that does not chase approval, that does not seek validation, that does not waste energy trying to convince. It is silent. It is unshakable. It flows from presence, a presence that commands attention without asking for it, a presence that unsettles those who depend on words to control the room. Because when you no longer play their game, the game belongs to you. And when you embody this silence, conversations shift, power shifts. The entire room begins to move around you, not because of what you say, but because of what you don't. This is not an ordinary path. It is the path of the rare few, those who no longer react, but shape, who no longer explain, but command. And in the next moments, you will learn 6 ways to embody this silent power, not in theory, but in action. Not in words, but in presence. If you are ready for this level, we begin now. Way number 1, silence when you want to react. The first way to outsmart anyone without saying a word is also the hardest, because it demands mastery, not over the room, not over others, but over yourself. It is this: remain silent precisely when every part of you is screaming to react. When you are criticized, when you are mocked, when you are underestimated, when your words are twisted, your character questioned, your intentions attacked. In those moments, your instinct will be to fight back, to correct, to defend, to protect your image. Your mind will race, searching for the perfect words to restore your standing. Your body will tense, your heart will pound. And this is the moment of decision. If you speak, if you react, you give them exactly what they want. You reveal your attachments. You expose your triggers. You show that they have reached you. And once they know this, they control the game. But if you hold, if you breathe, if you stand in the silence, still, calm, unshaken, something powerful begins to happen. The weight of your silence falls on the other. Their words hang in the air, with no resistance to meet them. Their certainty begins to crack. Did they misstep? Did they fail to provoke you? Are you unaffected, or silently judging, or seeing through them? The mind hates this unknown. And in that tension, they begin to unravel. Because silence is not emptiness. It is presence. And when you master it, the balance of power shifts. You no longer react to their world. You shape it, simply by refusing to be moved. This is not passivity. It is dominance. In its purest form, Master this first way, and you will outsmart many before a single word leaves your lips. Way number 2, master the power of observation. The second way to outsmart anyone without saying a word is this: become the one who observes, while others reveal themselves. Most people, when they speak, believe they are in control. They think their words shape the moment. But in truth, every word they choose, every tone they use, every gesture they make, reveals far more than they intend. Because behind every sentence, there is a motive. Behind every motive, there is an insecurity. And behind every insecurity, there is a weakness. But almost no one sees it, because most are trapped inside their own mind, thinking about what they should say next, trying to impress, or defend, or prove. You will not fall into this trap. You will become still, present, watching. While others fill the air with noise, you will remain silent and observe. You will notice the shifts in their voice, the flickers of the eye, the tension in the jaw, the fidgeting of the hands. You will hear what is not being said, the gaps between words, the stories they avoid, the truths they bury, because it is in these spaces that their true self is exposed. And when you train this skill, when you sharpen it day by day, something powerful happens. You begin to see what others miss. You see where their pride lives, where their fear hides, where their armor cracks. And once you see, you cannot unsee. From that moment, while they believe they are controlling the space, they are, without knowing it, giving you everything. And when the moment comes, if you choose to speak, your words will strike with precision, because you will know exactly where to aim. This is not manipulation. It is mastery. It is the art of seeing before speaking. Master this second way, and you will move through every conversation with an invisible blade in your hand. Way number 3, let silence build tension. The third way to outsmart anyone without saying a word is to let silence do what words cannot. Most people fear silence in conversation, in conflict, in negotiation. Silence feels unnatural, almost unbearable, because we are conditioned to fill it, to explain, to justify, to prove. But in truth, it is within the silence that true power is felt, because when no words are spoken, the mind is forced inward. Insecurity rises, doubt surfaces, the imagination takes over, and often it is far more ruthless than reality. But most will never experience this, because they cannot bear to hold the silence long enough. They will rush to fill it, because to them, silence equals loss of control. But you will be different. You will embrace the silence. You will hold it calmly, effortlessly, while others squirm beneath its weight. Because every second that passes in silence does not weaken your position, it strengthens it. Each moment of unbroken quiet draws the other deeper into uncertainty. They begin to wonder, why are you not reacting? Why are you so still? What are you thinking? What do you see that they do not? And in this space, where questions multiply and answers vanish, their control begins to erode. Tension builds, not because of what is said, but because of what is left unsaid. A single calm glance, paired with silence, can shatter the rhythm of even the most dominant speaker. It forces them to confront themselves, their own words, their own doubts, their own fears. And while they unravel within, you remain unmoved, present, grounded, the gravitational center in the room. This is not passive, it is active. It is an unspoken command. I will not be pulled into your game. You must now face yourself, and in that moment, the power belongs to you. Master this third way, and you will no longer chase control. Control will orbit around you, and you will need no words. Way number 4, become unpredictable. The fourth way to outsmart anyone without saying a word is to become unpredictable. Understand this. People crave patterns. They search for them constantly, in behavior, in speech, in reactions, because patterns create comfort. Patterns create control. When they know what you will do next, they feel safe. When they know how you will react, they can prepare, they can manipulate, they can use your rhythm against you. But when you master silence, you begin to erase the patterns they depend upon. You step out of their expectations. You break their rhythm. Now, you are no longer predictable, no longer easy to read, no longer safe. One moment, you are silent. The next, a single glance that cuts through the noise. Perhaps an unexpected comment, calm, precise, delivered at exactly the moment they least expect it. Or no response at all, letting their words drift unanswered, leaving them in uncertainty. And in that uncertainty, fear grows, because what cannot be predicted cannot be controlled, and what cannot be controlled is always feared. The manipulator begins to falter. The dominant speaker loses their ground because they do not know. Will you respond? When? How? They begin to hesitate, second guess, doubt. And in that space, power shifts, because now you are no longer reacting to them. They are reacting to you. This is not chaos. This is mastery. You have become the presence in the room that no one can read. And what cannot be read cannot be dismissed. It must be respected. Master this fourth way, and you will no longer need to fight for dominance. You will embody it without a word. Way number 5, maintain inner stillness. The fifth way to outsmart anyone without saying a word is to maintain inner stillness. Because no tactic, no strategy, no clever move can match the power of true composure. Understand this. In moments of pressure, when emotions rise, when tension fills the air, most people lose themselves. Their breathing quickens, their heart pounds, their mind races, trying to anticipate, defend, or control. And in doing so, they reveal everything. But you must be different. You must remain still, not just outwardly, but within. Because inner stillness is not something you can fake. It is felt. It radiates. Those who seek to provoke will sense it, and it will unsettle them. Because when you do not rise to meet their energy, when you do not feed their attempt to control the moment, their game collapses. They will push harder. They will test your boundaries, searching for cracks in your composure. But if you remain truly still, if your breathing remains calm, your gaze steady, your mind unmoved, they will find nothing to exploit. And in that space, something powerful happens. The power dynamic reverses. Now, they are reacting to you because your stillness forces them to confront themselves, their own insecurities, their own lack of control. And the more they unravel, the deeper your silence speaks. It says, "You cannot reach me. You cannot shake me. You cannot win this game." And no words are needed. Master this fifth way, and you will no longer need to resist. Your very presence will make resistance unnecessary. Way number 6, speak only with precision. The sixth way to outsmart anyone without saying a word is to speak only with precision, because when you master silence, you begin to understand something few ever realize. Not every moment deserves your voice. Not every question requires an answer. Not every provocation demands a reaction. Most people speak too much. They fill the space with noise, thinking that the more they say, the more they control. But in truth, the opposite is true. The more they speak, the more they reveal their fears, their doubts, their insecurities. They give away the very power they seek to hold. But you will be different. You will speak rarely and only with purpose. And in this restraint, your words will gain an invisible weight. Because when you speak, people will listen, not casually, not carelessly, but with attention, because they will know. You do not waste words. You do not speak to fill the air. You speak to shape it. And in this way, a single calm sentence, chosen carefully, delivered with clarity, can cut through a room filled with noise. It can silence an opponent without a raised voice. It can shift the direction of a conversation without effort, because your silence has already done the work. You have shown that you are not controlled by impulse or by ego. And when you do speak, your words will carry the full force of that presence. They will land with weight. They will be remembered. Master this sixth way, and your silence will no longer merely unsettle. When you choose to speak, your words will dominate. Now, ask yourself this: how many times, without realizing it, have you handed away your power? Not because you lacked strength, not because you lacked intelligence, but because you spoke too soon, reacted too quickly, revealed too much. How many moments have slipped through your fingers because you forgot the greatest truth, that true power needs no words. It does not seek approval. It does not demand attention. It does not chase. It simply is. A force that shapes the room by presence alone. And now, that force is within your reach. These 6 ways, when understood, when mastered, will change everything. You will no longer be predictable. You will no longer be easy to read or easy to provoke. You will become the unknown in every room, the variable that others cannot control, the silent presence that unsettles without effort. And when that happens, you will no longer chase influence. Influence will move around you. But understand this. This is only the first step. There is a deeper level of silent power, one that does not merely influence conversations, but alters how people see you, how they respond to you, how they remember you. It shifts relationships. It changes the way the world moves around you. And once you reach it, you will never walk through life the same way again. And neither will those who cross your path. That is what comes next. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more Stoic wisdom. See you in the next video.